Hello again. I want to show you what's important in number 2. So remember, go to the website for the book, go to the table of contents, and then we want to go to chapter 2. So we're going to talk about measurements in this chapter. And I'm going to have you guys look at how to do measurements. You're going to do a lab where you measure things in the lab. And remember, in this in the chapters, there's always a beginning essay that you're going to watch, or you're going to read, excuse me. And then you're going to, so that's going to set an example of why we're using it. It's really important in this chapter to understand how to use scientific notation, and they're going to explain it in this first section of chapter 2, and how to figure out how to use the exponent. So pay attention to this, and then try all of the example problems in the first section so you know how to do it. So I just want to cover the things that are important for this chapter. And there's some example problems here you can try. Remember, these are not the homework. These are problems for you to try out on your own. So I would recommend that you guys do that. The next section is 2.2, talking about units. So whenever we use numbers in chemistry, we use a number and a unit. And so make sure you understand the different units that we're going to use. We're not going to change from metric into English measurements, so you don't need to worry about those conversions. We're just going to use metric units. And so these metric units are really important. So please start learning these. It'd be good if you started memorizing these, because we'll use them a lot. And there's some things called derived units, which use more than one unit together. And here's some example problems. So go through these, try them on your own. These are for you to try. They're not the homework. And the answers are down below. Okay. Then the next section, let's see. Oh, and then significant figures are really important. So please look at this and understand the rules for what a significant figure is and how to do math using sig figs. We're going to use significant figures, or sig figs for short, throughout the whole course. So you need to know how to use them and round to the right number of significant figures. So please carefully read through this and know how to use adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing in this with this kind of math. And here's some example problems. And then conversions are very, very important, and we're going to use this a lot throughout the semester. So converting is very important. So this is another section that you really need to know how to use. Understand what a conversion factor is, and we need to be able to use these all semester long and throughout science and chemistry that you take. Here's some example problems for you. So make sure you understand how they're done. And each chapter has takeaways on what you should have learned in that section. So those are important to know what you're supposed to be learning. And then we have temperature and density. Those are very important as well in this chapter, and we're going to use this throughout in labs. So make sure you understand how they work. You're going to have to be able to change from Fahrenheit to Celsius in quizzes and tests and in the lab, and also how to use Kelvin when we get to gas laws. So make sure you understand how to do these. Here's some more practice problems. And then the last thing we're going to be doing is density. So they're going to explain it here, how to work with density. So this is also another thing we're going to have to use in the lab and know how to do the density math problems in quizzes and tests. So this is another important one. So I just want to highlight the things that you should know how to do. Remember, here's the end of the chapter materials, and this is where the homework is. So you're going to go to the very end of the chapter always to find the homework, and you'll do the problems. And then at after the problems, then they're going to have the answers. So please look at those important things that I talked about in this chapter. There's a lot in this chapter to understand. And so take your time, use plenty of time to read this and do the practice problems throughout the chapter. All the blue boxes are really important. And then the questions at the end, remember, are the homework. So this is where you find always the homework. The end of chapter materials for each chapter, and the things called additional exercises. These blue boxes at the very, very end of each chapter are your homework sections. So I hope that gave you an overview of chapter 2. Remember, I also have a lecture that you need to listen to and take notes on. And all this really important information is in this textbook. So please, please take your time. Get to know this chapter intimately and listen to the lecture as well. So good luck on your homework, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.